President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's subsidy removal was arrogant at the time he did it. The subsidy was expected to run till the end of June. So, by doing that on the day of his inauguration at the Eagle Square, he was breaching the Appropriation Act and should have been impeached for that. This is a statement that has been trending within the last 12 hours. Do you know who made this statement? Okay, I will give you a short video clip so you will watch and know why somebody said President Bola Ahmed Tinibu should have been impeached long ago during his inauguration. My name is Angelo. Welcome to Nation's Voice Tower. Watch this video. More details and analysis when I come back.
You recall on his inauguration day, May 29th, right at the Eagle Square, while the dust was said to settle from the hooves of the horses that carried the cavalry troops. Mr. President announced with all candor, if you don't mind, I also add, if you don't mind, I added that with all the arrogance the president could carry, that subsidy is gone and is gone. It was so cavalier. At the time he was doing that, subsidy was expected to run till the end of June. So he was breaching the Appropriation Act. And you know the consequence of breaching the Appropriation Act is an impeachable offense. If a president violates the Appropriation Act without recourse to the National Assembly, it's a very serious offense. He did that. 2 or 3 days afterwards, the NNPC raised, the pump price of a PMS. It was staggered. At Abuja here, 530 something naira per liter. Of course, we were all alarmed, like other Nigerians. And we sounded out, we gave out a notice that we will protest against this. Nigerians were outraged and were waiting. But when government, in good conscience, reached out to us, we said, okay, let's listen to the government. And we had a meeting at the villa. There were 2 meetings, principally speaking. Yeah. And the second meeting, while it was holding, government acted in bad faith and procured, by way of procuring a restraining order from the court to stop the protest, why it lured us into the villa to be negotiating. And Suleiman, let me tell you this. Even the process of that service was deficient in law. You do not unilaterally do substituted service. You got to obtain that through the leave of the court. They didn't come to serve us notice and we rejected it, but they came in a truck, 3 truckloads of policemen, and they came and pasted that notice while we were holding conversation in the villa. Nonetheless, we said, for the benefit of Nigerians, let us listen to government for everybody's sake. And after our conversations, we eventually agreed.
Yes, you've heard it there. Do you know who that person was? Cool. Now let me tell you, that is Mr. Benson Upa. Mr. Benson Upa is not a low-profiled person or officer. He is the head of information and public affairs of the Nigeria Labour Congress, the NLC. And he has reiterated and explained the reasons why he thinks or he knows that President Bola Tinubu should have been impeached right on his inauguration day. I think since from the day Bola Ahmed Tinibu came to office, he has almost flouted every order and every rule and gone against or has committed lots of offenses against his office. Let us know what your take would be on that, and I want to see how far this is going to take us, because lots of things are happening, lots of Nigerians are suffering, and we cannot have this happen over and over again. only the tribunal might save Nigerians at this point, or the presidency might turn around and do the needful. Now, before I give you the next analysis, I would love to allow you watch a video. I would leave you to watch that video because it's better off you watch the video than I explain. Alright, now without much ado, let me allow you watch this video. This video has a very important politician talking to us and warning us about something that is happening today. Exactly the same thing happening today. Let me allow you watch this video. Pat Utomi in the studios speaking. This was like a prophetic message, but we never heard him. So stay tuned.
Many years, I don't want Nigeria to be another Toure Yaradua scenario where we're struggling between Sheyi and Remi Tinibu. This country has gone through too much that is wrong for us to know the truth and pretend that we can manage it. It's not right.
All right. Okay, so
why Peter Obi?
Listen.
Peter Obi was found by the people in a series of remarks that embodied a sense of the new Nigeria that they were looking for. And I think that he then presented a good vehicle to birth a new way of doing things in Nigeria. And I know him enough to know that there are issues of character that make me comfortable. The issues of sacrifice in his life, because we need to sacrifice to advance the common good of all. There are issues of competence. He started life as a businessman. Even as an undergraduate at the University of Nigeria, he owned businesses in Nsukka. In fact, the Sultan, I am told, was actually living in a house as a young lieutenant in Nsukka that was owned by a student called Peter Obi. And so his entrepreneurial energies have enabled him to understand the problems of this country. This country is a country kept down by regulatory risk. And you need somebody who started life as a businessman, who knows the challenge of regulatory risk in the economic environment. Not somebody who became a businessman after he made money in government. There's a fundamental difference. And so you need that kind of thinking to move our country to a stage where it can create wealth for the people and we can have a better quality of life rather than people being dragged further and further down into poverty. How happy are we that after so many years, we suddenly claim the pool as the poverty capital of the world. We produce more poor people than China and India put together, who are about 2.8 billion people, and we are just 170 million people. When I read the Brookings...
Okay, now let me tell you what. Those who knew and those who are experienced tried to warn us of the situation we have found ourselves now. This is the video that I just showed you of Prof. Pat Utomi warning Nigerians before the presidential elections, right before the elections, that when things go sour, finally in Nigeria, if Bola Ahmed Tinibu is elected, when things go bitter in governance, he said Bola Asiwaju Ahmed Tinibu will not be seen addressing the nation. Rather, Sheyi Tinibu and Remi Tinibu will be the people doing such. And what is happening now? The same thing that was said, and the same thing is happening now. We have seen Sheyi Tinibu come out countless times, right from 4 days ago, speaking to us as what? Is the son of the president now a political office? Or now a political appointment? Okay, let us say the first lady is a political appointment or an appointment you attain by originality because your husband is president. Is being the son of the president a political appointment? That is what we have been saying. We are warned about this. And this is what is happening now. Our president should take up responsibility, should take up his responsibility. Don't leave it for your family. It is a political affairs, a government affairs, a democratic thing, not a family affairs. In this next video, you will know the reason why we were warned both spiritually and physically not to vote for the APC. I will not show you this video until I give you a brief analysis. Now, Pastor Tunde Bakari, a very popular man of God, came up sometime and gave an address, a public address. This public address was very, very ambiguous, filled with lots of proverbs and lots of hidden messages between the lines. And you know what? None of us in Nigeria listened. Nobody, even INEC, didn't listen. Even Professor Mahmoud did not listen. Because if they did listen, we wouldn't be in this mess we found ourselves today. Without much ado, I think it's better off I give you that video clip where Pastor Tunde Bakari made the statements. Now, mind you, you have to pay attention to whatever statement, word by word, he made in this video. So you will know where this sentence or where this message came from and where the message is going. More details when I come back.
Politics of elimination. When we think of the politics of elimination, we remember our nation's unresolved political assassinations and the lingering questions they elicit. Who killed Funsha Williams? Who killed Bola Ige? Who killed Marshall Harry? Who killed Victoria Chintex? By eliminating opponents, the practitioners of the politics of elimination deprive the nation of leaders who are, more often than not, better than themselves. Number 10, politics of entitlement. This is the Milokon type of politics that insists on one's turn even if circumstances do not align. Politics of entitlement also manifests as perennial candidacy, not with the intent to serve, but to gratify long-term personal ambitions. It could also manifest as insistence on a given political office as a reward for what one considers a lifetime of sacrifice to the nation. Politicians with a sense of entitlement evade political debates. They do not consider it imperative to communicate with the electorate. Entitlement politics will breed an imperial presidency that is distant from the people and has no sense of responsibility or accountability to the people. Such imperial governance will slide towards dictatorship and will be intolerant of dissent. Entitlement politicians set low performance benchmarks for themselves when they secure power and are content with projecting molehills as mountains of achievement.
Okay, I think at this juncture, I would love to urge our viewers to like our videos, share them, and then drop a comment for us in the comment section. Please do this. We need these comments, okay? Then finally, don't forget to watch till the end. Then also, if you want to be the first or one of the first to get a notification anytime we drop a new video, you have to just do one thing. Tap that notification bell. Yes, tap it. When you tap it, anytime we drop a new content, you're going to be the first 10 people amongst the first 10 to have it on your screens as notification. So now to my brief analysis to this particular video. I showed you that Pat Utomi had warned us, and then I'm showing you that a pastor had warned us too. What am I trying to say? We are warned physically and spiritually, but nobody in Nigeria listened. Even if we listened, INEC refused to listen. Professor Mahmoud refused to listen. So that means we are up for something we were warned for. We were forewarned, but we were never forearmed. Let us hope that the judiciary or the tribunal will forearm us again, so we won't have to go down to the drain where we will be warned again. That is that. I hope you understood our times together on our updates and our analysis. Please, I urge you, don't forget to keep faith with Nation's Voice Tower, because we love you. See you next time. From us here is goodbye.